Hey, it's Rob Shields.
What's up, Rob?
So I have kind of an odd question here. So I've got a larger room. It's an odd shape, which I know you guys are familiar with that kind of a situation, but it's kind of a sub question. Currently, I have a bunch of pro sound gear. I do concert shows and stuff like that. So I've got some 18 sixth order band pass that I have in my house right now. 2 of them that are in the corner loaded, and I don't have any weird nulls or anything with that. But they don't go very low, and I'm just using them because they're not doing anything through COVID. They're just sitting out there, and I'm like, well, I might as well use them in my new house.
There you go.
So they're good to like 30 hertz, and below that, there's nothing. So because they're pro gear, but they're loud, So I'm looking to replace them. I'm thinking of the 15-inch mono price, but or a couple of the 10 mono prices, but it's a bigger room, and I know we've gone over that with singles versus duals, et cetera, and 10s versus 15. So I'm leaning towards the 15 mono price. But what I'm wondering if what you guys think about trying to integrate one of the other ones that's already here of my Pro Set subs, the powered ones, into the system as well, just to kind of fill in, or do you think I might be just chasing problems doing like that?
Now, are the Pro subs, are they ported?
Well, they're a 6th order band pass, so they're ported on both sides, tuned to different frequencies.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah. Would that
I say you're fine.
For 50 hertz to 30 to 50 hertz. They move the air, and you feel them. There's no question.
I mean, that's what I was going to ask. How low do they go?
30.
Yeah, they only go to like 30. They drop off at like 25 dB per octave below 30 hertz fast.
Oh, okay.
That's typical of pro subs because they're meant for just loud music. Not really
higher sensitivity.
Yeah,
less low. For me, the answer is absolutely. Why not? So the most problematic area in any audio is usually the mid bass. Right, mid bass to subwoofer and home audio, but I would use that one to fill in any nulls that you have, and to I guess reduce any peaks that you may have too from the other subwoofers. So I would use that one and move it around the room and see where it works best. And you don't need it to go lower than 30 because the other ones are going to be taking care of that anyway, right? So just use it to fill in the other stuff, and that's what I would use it for. And if it doesn't work, disconnect it, right?
Right, it's free, right? I already have it.
Yeah. I mean, you've already got it. I think it's a good way to go about trying to resolve some of the other issues. So, like, if you picture, I mean, in its own way, it's kind of like an equalizer, right? Like you put it in the most prime position. If that's behind you at the other side of the room or something like that, then treat it like that. Use it to equalize the in-room response naturally. I would suggest using it with that. So disable all of your EQ first, then use that other subwoofer and move it around the room to see what works better naturally, and then go back to using EQ for the other stuff to see if you can smooth out the response even more. That's my suggestion.
Cool.
And we're kind of assuming that adding another sub in a different location will fill null, right? Because it's not always the case. It's possible it could make it it can make it deeper, right?
Right.
So this is what I have currently. I have 2 of them that are corner loaded in the front, so one on the left and one on the right. And I don't have any nulls because I measure. So I don't have any nulls now. I mean, everything's great. They're out of phase. They only have phase switches on them, and they run out of phase with my mains. But man, there's no major nulls at all, and I was impressed with that. And even corner loaded, the fact that it goes only down to 30 hertz, I don't get much boost below 30 hertz from the room just because they drop off so fast.
That makes sense.
My original thought was to put the 15, the mono price 15, also in a corner, start there, and just see what I get and go from there, kind of a thing.
Yeah. So the 15 is going to be a beast, right? So we've, I think all of us have reviewed some kind of Monolith sub, and they're always impressive for their price. They're really heavy.
They're heavy as crap. Yeah.
They dig deep. Yeah. They dig deep. And so yours is meant to play loud. These are meant to play loud and deep. But yours is probably meant to get louder, right? And what I would say is you can use it like Aaron said, where if you have to fill a null, right, it'll help out with that. But if it's already taken care of, let's say if you get 2 Monolith subs and you're not having any issues, now the question is that existing sub that you have going to add or not add so much, right? So if it's already going to get loud enough, there's no nulls that you see in the measurements, then it's almost like what area is going to add to, right? It's only going to add from 30 hertz and up. You're saying that you're not getting that much bass below that. But if your 2 subs or whatever you end up getting is already loud enough, where is it going to add is kind of my question, right?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, the hardest notes to play are the ones that are, really low, deep bass notes, in which case it helps to have multiple subs to help reinforce that area. But if we're talking about like 30, 40, 50 hertz, a lot of subs can play that, area. Even floor standing speakers can play that sometimes.
Sure, and that's why I was looking at getting a single 15, that Monolith 15 in the single and matching it with this. These are 18s, by the way. I didn't mention that earlier.
Yeah,
but they're pro speakers, so it doesn't work the same. But I was thinking of doing that and just seeing if I could make them blend well and EQ well and be enough. And I think they will. But if not, I'll throw down by another 15. I don't think I would need 2 of those beasts. But
I think you'll enjoy the 15. It's pretty. It's a big old boy, man.
Cool. Thanks for the advice, guys. It just kind of reinforced what I was thinking. I appreciate it.
And also, you just have fun with it, right? So you may just even messing with a couple subs and trying to get them to work together. To me, that's fun. I enjoy the process of that. And when I was younger, I couldn't have imagined having that problem. Oh, I got this big sub and I have some extra subs to mess with, So maybe
now,
just
do you currently use like a mini DSP or anything, or are you just running these off your AVR?
I don't. I'm just running it, and I'm just using Odyssey, and then doing some DSP stuff through that, which is it works. It's okay.
Sure,
you're going to want a mini DSP.
So that might be more difficult.
I was thinking that.
For sure.
That might be more difficult trying to integrate 3 subwoofers in kind of like opposite ends of your room without something like the mini DSP.
Yeah, and one thing actually you may want to consider that I learned from Michael from his home theater tours is he said one of his favorite things was near field subwoofer, sub right behind the seats. So I did that, right?
It's pretty wild.
And I've been implementing that in people's setups when all the subs don't match exactly. It's helpful to put a sub right behind you because whatever phase issues you may have, because it's so close to you, it's almost like, less of an issue, let's just say.
Yeah, you feel it.
Sure, it wipes it out like you don't hear it, I guess, or whatever.
Well, you're already feeling it, right?
Like,
so whatever,
right.
It's almost like you're taking the room out of the equation when you're putting it so close, right?
Yeah, it's hitting you direct, right?
Oh, man.
before the cancellations happen, like it's too late. It's already shaking your chair.
Sweet. All right.
So
I'll give it a try.
For sure.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Cool, man.
All right.
Have a great night.